All right, so I've spent probably the better of an hour and a half trying to figure out this volume. It's something I struggle a lot with. Most of the time, I just type in my confusion into ChatGPT and try everything that it suggests. So hopefully this sounds okay. And let's get into some chess. And I'm very bad at getting through these 3-day games. And yeah, this is not looking great. I should just resign this and be res- be respective, be mindful of someone else's time. This just doesn't look like a good position. I don't want to play it. So that's yours, Nick. 1005, 1980. You deserve this. Actually, I think that's probably when they were born. October the 5th, 1980. So Nick's probably like 45. Interesting. Who's the next guy? Who's the next game? Oh, how do I move on? No, no, no. I don't want to review this. All right, Derek Towle, who I met on the last stream, and I've been very rude and haven't gotten to it. Alonki, where were we? We were struggling. Oh, but I have this move, right? Yeah, yeah, because there's a pin. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know. There's a lot that could happen here. Part of me is thinking about E2, and then part of me is also thinking about this check, just to create space right here. But I don't know. I'm trying to think. If I go with this check, then black can go here. That doesn't really seem to help me out a lot. Let's create holes. I don't know if that's the right move. We'll give it a go. Should I trade? What if I go here? And then queen can go there. What if I go check? Takes. Don't know. That's kind of intriguing. We could do another check. This just looks terrible. Let's think about this. If I go to f7, queen e8, imagine check takes. We go check, and then they go to the corner. What if I go here? Then knight can go here. Okay, clearly not a great move. I think I need more pieces somewhere. What if I can't think of where to move. I think I need to move this knight. I don't think it's in a great spot here. I think it gives more support here if the capture is going to happen. Yeah, I think I would want to take back with. I think I'd want to take back with either a rook, and maybe we can create pressure on the e file. But I'm also thinking, what if I just develop this in support? It does take away this square from black. They could trade it off, but I like the idea of connecting my rooks. So, yeah, I think I like that. Though I also don't like that this doesn't become a square for my knight. but maybe my knight will be just fine right here. Yeah, eventually maybe I don't know if I want to. Damn it. I'm struggling. I'm struggling. I got choices, so that's nice. Hmm. Let's just go right here. That's my decision. All right, now we're moving on to the 10-minute games, which I live for. What's up, Anand? How are you? Welcome. Finally getting into 10 minutes. And where are we? We're at 1768. I think I'm capable of 1800. I hope you think I'm capable too. Whew. So, I'm feeling anxious. I think I've had too much caffeine. Um, 2 cups of coffee, 2 shots of espresso. Okay. So, I have been working on and I don't know if I can pronounce this correctly. It's called the Cole, Cole, or the Cole. It's Colle variation, but that really starts with D4 and then like an E3 and then maybe like a knight F3. So I'm hoping that I'll see that variation today because it's what I've been working on. And it's always exciting to see something that you recognize. This one, I don't know what this is, but it's not something that I'm unfamiliar with. Like, I've played this quite a few times. And I don't remember if that was the right move. But it's fine. I think it's fine. And I would imagine, like, the knight comes to like F3. Trying to think, what do I want to do here? I think, would you say that this pawn is overextended? Oh, yeah. I'm always playing the modern defense. I'm always, or the Pirk, if that's how you say that. But usually I love for black an early G7 fianchetto. That's my thing right there. Um, so yeah, we are playing the modern, and I forget the heck this variation is. I'm thinking about it's always tempting to do queen b6, but it's usually just pointless because then the knight can go there. I think that's the idea. So let's just get this knight out. We're gonna do development and try to see if we can get the f5 square. You see that knight was coming out. It's coming out. I'm just trying to add a little bit of pressure. I'm gonna go ahead and castle, and then I might start pushing things. Let's see what happens. let's let's take right here. Should we? All right, let's do the math. If I take this is it's just a bad deal. It's just a bad deal. Do I give up the queens? It might not be that great of an idea to do that. What if instead, I don't feel like it's a good idea to give up the queen here. I feel like white's got a lot of space on the board. I'm thinking maybe queen to b6 finally, though I do think we can be chased around, and that's kind of annoying, but we could get something like that. I don't know if that's worthwhile. Maybe it looks scary. Okay, covering the pawn. Queen b6 is usually played in the French defense. I'm not too familiar with that, won't lie. Hmm. Can I just add another attacker right here? It's kind of tempting to go right here just to get that off the board. Just if it went there or there, that's great. If it leaves this pawn, you know, we can eventually snap that up, maybe. I'd also probably need to develop this. What does WSG stand for? I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little ignorant. That that is a move. That is a move. I don't like how many times I've moved the queen already, honestly. So this is guarded by both of these knights, so, you know, I guess I'm okay to get off of this diagonal. So I'm just gonna go right here. Let's see what happens. Up. Oh my god. Why are you playing the modern religiously? I don't know, because I'm studying it. I got like a little course on it. And I don't know, the specialization seems good. I'm testing a theory. Maybe I can climb ELO better if I stick and study the same thing. Like I got a few courses on the modern and I think I'm like 12% of the way out. Oh my god. 12% of the way there. Do I fight this one out? Do I fight this one out? It stands for what's good. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Guys, let's just pretend like this one never happened. All right, that was bad. Like I totally hung my queen for no good reason. But this is where it all turns around. I like to believe. All right, maybe now we can get into the French. Is it the French? Yeah. I think we can get into this. Resign low key. They deserved that one. They had their eyes open, so you know, I'm not totally familiar with what the heck is going on here. I've never had a setup where black just develops the bishop first. I don't even know what's going on. But let's just kind of kick them around. Maybe they'll help me develop. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Let's just advance that pawn. Yeah, where else are they going to go? All right, look, I think we got some pretty decent movement here in the center. Huh. Whatever. I'm just going to ignore that. I think I can afford to ignore that. What is the response here? Maybe like G6 people sometimes do? Or even like knight F6, which I think is just bad. Because then we could go in for the pen. All right, let's go. I have a feeling we might get somewhere here. They might even just move this up, which I still think, you know, kind of sucks for black. What's the best move here? What's the best move? I think we should. Oh man, this is important here. Something great's got to happen. I could mess this up. Part of me's like, yo, what if we get right here? What's gonna kick us? Well, I guess there's a few things I could. Or maybe we should just push up in the center. I think we could get away with that. But do I have enough pieces? That's the question. We can make things look real ugly. But also, black might have time to castle. And I'm not castled either. Even if I put this here, can they castle? I don't know. I kind of got like some brain rot going on. I think I need more pieces out, maybe? Oh, man. Let's go... Let's go here. Fine, let's do that. I hate that. Develop kingside? Sorry. I think I'm gonna put my... This is just such a bad idea. It's such a bad idea. Hmm. Hmm. You're right. I do need to develop kingside. Let's go here. I'm getting too excited. I'm getting too excited. I'm like, this is not a great position. I guess you could take that. I guess you could. Yeah, this is fine. I got this. No problemo. There's just all of this is making me like seriously think about it. I really, really do got to think about it. I don't want to go straight in for the attack because I'm not even castled. Not even castled. I kind of want to get all my ducks in a row and then go. I feel like something was exploitable here, but I just didn't really see it. Maybe this will happen. Okay, whatever. Hmm. Let's put this down. Listen, I'm gonna get castled. This is gonna be fine. Everything's gonna work out. That's a weird move, but maybe they're looking for... Well, at least now I don't have to worry too much about castling. Um... Hmm. This is annoying. I could go here, check. I think this might be interesting. Check could happen, but maybe I can move and then we still have the same sort of threats. All right, this is getting bold. I'm not sure if that really does anything good. Yeah, this is fine. This is great. Okay, well. Hmm. What to do with this? Is that really a great spot for a rook over here? I could just take this. Does that do anything for me? These are the questions. I'm gonna say, let's bring it back. Hmm. Going here just seems pointless. Maybe we can... I'm just gonna go here. I don't want to commit too much. Hmm. You know, this might be working out actually. Maybe I'm being optimistic. It's gonna take more than that. Though I do wonder if that's gonna happen, but I guess we can go there. Let's just push this up. That way this isn't that much of an issue. Though I guess we do hang this pawn. Oh, they missed the hang. This is If I go here, check could be a thing. I feel like there's just a lot of holes. We could also let's just do this. But I don't want to be checked. Decisions. All right, damn it. Let's just go here, just in case. B1? Where do you go after that? Let's just go here. Well, I guess the big problem is check right there. So I'm just gonna do this and we're gonna double up. I'm aware this could be a thing, but I think we can still grab this. Maybe they take, grab that. And that would be a pretty good deal, I would say. They could still do that. I mean, this is just, I don't know. Let's go here first. All right, now I'm starting to feel okay about this. And maybe I shouldn't. There's no way that was a good move. Hmm. Can't say. I don't think that was great either. And then what happens here? Let me think about this. I could go here. Takes. I mean, that looks like game to me. Unless I'm crazy. I might be smoking something. No, 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 no. This is game. This is game. Yay. That's exciting. I do wonder what was my accuracy there. That was a bit of a struggle. That was a struggle. And I know I messed up here somewhere. Okay, yeah, I didn't really need to do that, but I guess we could have had... Though that's kind of weird. I don't understand this. What does this do? No, okay. Maybe I was just looking at it wrong. This move doesn't really seem great to me simply because I'm blocking in my bishop, but maybe if I was like interested in Finkeruing it on b2, then it wouldn't be so bad. Yeah, it's just in this sort of position that's just not exactly my style, I guess. Trying to think. Whoops. I'm messing things up already. Let's see. What was the follow-up? Whoa, what the heck? How is that? Okay. I was like, how's that a good follow-up? But I did think about that, but I was like, couldn't they just kind of castle there? Oh, you know, I could have done something like this. That doesn't really do anything. It just... I don't... Like, what do you do? Now that seems like a crazy move. It's crazy good. Okay. No. How does that even work? How does that even work? What do you do? Oh, yeah, you take this. And then we're up like one pawn, which is kind of disappointing for all that. It was kind of cool. Yeah, but I don't know. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do after they castled, so I just thought it was kind of cool to prevent castling. But, yeah, I don't know what I thought about that move. I thought I was especially clever, but apparently not. And that was terrible. Yeah, wouldn't occur to me. Anyways, moving on. Moving on. That is my very lazy chess evaluation. Maybe something to think about moving forward. All right, I guess were we white last time? Shoot, I can't even remember. I was just looking at the game, but yeah, I think I was white. Yeah, we were white. So here we go. All right, nothing weird here. Yep. Nothing out of the ordinary. I think we can get our Botvinnik set up here. Yeah, same stuff. An early pen. But nothing kind of crazy. It's always tempting to get b4 in. Just want to give my opponent a few... I love this. I love this for myself because we can finally get up. That was not expected. I spoke too soon. I spoke too much trash. That can't be good. That can't be good. I don't think I've ever seen that. Man, someone was getting aggressive. It looks like, and they're buckling down. That's pretty amazing. Hmm. Let's say I go here. Covers that. I don't see any checks. But am I looking hard enough? I'm thinking maybe F4, knight F4. Where does the knight go? I don't know. This is kind of weird. This is kind of weird. So I really got to play this one through. Attacks here. We also have an attack here. Preferably I take this and then all is well. I think I'll ignore that. How do I feel about that? I don't know. Let's just take the pawn. We can be up a pawn. It'll be so good. Just have a pawn. I don't want to take here because they retake with the pawn. Check. Grab this. And then we just have a big gaping hole. To checkmate, I guess. So I'm just gonna chill. Scoop up my pawn. This is gonna be good for me, right? All right, we're gonna move this up here and then prepare to blast. Shoo. This is really weird. Really weird. Oh, okay, I see what's going on here. Can't allow that. Touche. What do we want to do here? Could take here. That doesn't really seem to help my situation. Okay, so we're gonna lose a rook. Let's just push forward and open things up. The attack is over after this bishop sacks for a rook. Let's go right here, I guess. They're probably going to take this, right? That makes the most sense. I guess we can take that with check now. This game is messing with my head. Okay, so now we take here. Up +6, but not for long, I reckon. What can you do? So, yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Hmm. What can I make of this? Okay, let's just go up. Let's go there. No way, no way, Jose. We can't trade stuff like that. Hmm. I'd say we got some pretty decent counterplay, I guess. Probably not an option. Maybe over here. I think maybe even E3 and then maybe D3 would be interesting. All right, I'm just going to hop up there. Sweet. Here we go. Phew. Hmm. That's an interesting response. We do get this. Part of me wonders if I should have just taken. We get this with check. Don't have to take. Ah, maybe we should have. Yep, I feel like I lost it. I lost it. Okay, now I don't know how I feel about life. I don't know. I hate life. Damn it. Yeah, I messed up pretty bad. Pretty bad. Like I felt like I had something, but we'll respectfully decline. Resign. That was. Tell me about my blunder. Show me the blunder. Yeah, so that worked. I was down 6, but things were still looking up. No, that wasn't it. That wasn't the move. So what was the move? That was the blunder. Yeah, I was totally winning. Which is crazy because you look at like +6 and you're like, chess is not necessarily a game of points and material. Though I won't lie, it was pretty hard to see. Yeah. Hopefully I can remember that, but that was tough. I knew I had something, but yeah, just didn't find the right moves. So, yeah, not really making any progress. I think we are actually at like 1758 when I started. All right, so now we're doing a modern. And is this the London? Hmm. So we got an early withdrawal. I'm still gonna go for the break. God, there's a lot you can do right here. I have a feeling this is gonna be all right. I don't think this is the right idea. I am on the defense, but once I get off of it, I feel like some damage can be done. This is aggressive. All right, so, I know this is hanging. I could just push this up like so. Then I guess they can prompt a trade. Let's hold off on c6 for now and maybe just develop my knight, grab a tempo. There's also a lovely check here if I get the chance. This isn't really like the setup I was going for, but I think it's gonna be fine. Let's do, it's something to do a6 or c6. Trying to figure out which one's the best one. I'm gonna go with this one, maybe. Not gonna lie, I already kind of regret that move. Could we still chase? I don't know if it's a good idea. But I'm tempted. Hmm. Oh, I don't know what to do. Part of me is like, let's castle. But part of me is also like, let's do f8. I think that's more interesting. I'm sure it's a hated move, but I'm so curious. Yeah, it's a bad move. It's a bad move. That's okay. We'll at least get this bishop. I imagine this is kind of tempting. But I think we would go here. Though I guess this could be a thing. Hmm. All right. Let's just push this up. I guess this opens up a diagonal. Maybe that'll be useful. Let's go here. I don't see any crazy checks. There's this. Maybe we can do d6. Hmm. Hmm. All right, let's go here. Would love to bring this over here at some point. Maybe go here. Hmm. This is why castling's great. I think we could support this here and that would be okay. Oh, I think I could have gone there. Like, no, we would have gotten checked. Okay, so that's not an option anymore. Let's hmm. I'm gonna castle long. Okay, we got something. We got a little bit of pressure going on. right, well, I don't think we're doing too bad. I don't think we're doing too bad. Hmm. Let's think about this. So that's hanging. Uh, then this is a problem. All right, I'm down. This could be bad. This could be pretty bad. They have a piece hanging. I do have a piece and a pawn hanging. All right, this is getting awfully strange here. All right, so king is on the black square. What's going on with this? Okay, took with the bishop. Let's take this file. I got like 40 seconds. Hmm. I'm thinking, what about here? We just threatened this. Okay, I'm gonna lose this on time. Damn it. Uh, let's see. This is fine. All right, so let's get our head in the game. Let's really get our head in the games. Same stuff. We need an active knight with a bishop on c5. Prevents a skewer. Cool. Nothing unusual there. Let's go with g2. We might get a pin here, or we might just be able to go for the break. I'm usually pretty pleased with an outcome like that. A castle. That can't be great. We get a nice center. I'm going to put my rook here. Prevents a pin. Makes sense. Part of me wants to move this knight. What's a good place for that? Maybe I should be patient. Let's be patient. Say I kick this. Goes here. I like this move. All right. What can we do here? It's tempting to go there, but then that kind of becomes an issue. So let's just go. Should we kick this? This is a little early. Let's take right here. It's a little weird looking. Kick. All right, so my bishop isn't very good or useful there on a3, so I guess I need to start thinking about what I can do to improve it. Thinking about, should I move this? Maybe I should. Maybe I should. What can I do? I don't want to move this here because I feel like it's just good for this to be broken up. And like, I'm not down material. I think the best move might be just to move this bishop. Okay, so that wasn't the best move. I should have paid more attention. Or maybe even g4 would have been good. We got some great players tonight. I'm thinking... I think I'm just going to move right there. And then I think I really just kind of need to kick this. This guy is great. Seems pretty great right there. Not sure what the purpose of that move is. What happens if I move this here? Can't go there, there. Could go there. So let's just push this up for a minute. Let's take this spot. I'm gonna move this here. Nah, it's too much work trying to trap this queen. I don't think I can even do it. This is a pretty vulnerable spot. If I can just figure out how. To get a piece over there, that'd be great. That would be wonderful. That would be great. Let's see if I sack this. Takes. There's not a clear check there. Let's just go here. Wow. Damn. All right. All right. So I'm just gonna try. No, let's not. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's just go here. Just try not to hang anything else. They're getting kind of frisky with the pawns. I need some tactics, but my mind's kind of dry right now. They could go here. It's a bit of a struggle. I imagine if they go here. What if I go here? Hmm. These knights being right here just kind of just make things kind of hard. Hmm. This is the only place I can think of right now. These bishops are good. Not the bishops, knights. You know, being down a piece isn't the end of the world. I guess I could sack right here, maybe. It's risky. But it's worth a shot, I think. Yeah. Let's see, where do you go from here? Maybe you don't react? Can't really move the rook without hanging something. You could move the knight on e6, which seems like the most obvious thing to do. But where would you move it? Here? There would be a check there. I think we just create more threats here. Maybe they'll look at this, but I guess you can go here. Hmm. It's slippery. I imagine this check, king up. That's an interesting move. Get my bishop out. There could be some checks happening here. But I think we can survive them. So how does black cover? Maybe they move like a knight? Do they move a knight? But what if we go check? King goes here. Check with this bishop. Yeah, so you gotta be. Black does have to be careful. Yeah, definitely a lot of pressure for both. But yeah, like once that knight, that e7 knight moves, then the g6 square becomes usable. But even still, even if we go straight to bishop h6, I guess we could trade the bishop for the rook, but I just think it's better to, if we can, see that knight on e7 move, I think that would just be better. Otherwise, what is it? Kind of like yeah, I think we got this one. Yeah, this one's kind of hard to think on. Moving up. So I wonder what we were looking like there at the end. 75.6. They like this move. It always feels good to have a brilliant. And we'd actually equalized despite being, +4 for the opponent. Though I don't know that I would have caught this. Oh, look at that. How do you even stop that? I guess you sack a piece. Dude, you can even take this. Zod. Wild. All right, let's meet the sound on this one. And I am starting to get tired, so this might have to be the last one, maybe, depending on how it goes. D4. I'm keeping an open mind. Still keeping an open mind. Is a London, is that like a light system? A light squared system, or is that something you can play as black? Let's go for this. And of course, they did H3 just so that they can move their dude back. Don't really need to. What do we need to do about this? I'm gonna go. Just gonna go. Do I want to do G6? Let's see. Let's try it. We're gonna go for the castle. Okay, castling. F5 could come with check. Do I want to open things up? The thing is, they can take with the e-pawn, which seems wrong. Let's just put this right here. Kirk, where are you going? Where are you going? I can't really figure out a good space for this. Yeah, that can't be great. I'm gonna move the queen up here. Just staring at that. Things are gonna get ugly. Yep, they've already gotten ugly. Damn it. All right. There we go. Dude, they're plus 10. They're plus 10. Okay, they're sick of it, man. They were waiting. Can it go here? Hmm. Oh my gosh. I'm totally messed this one up so bad. Hmm. Oh, crap. A6. Okay. This is interesting. Hmm. Hmm. I wonder what this is. Is this like a hippo kind of setup? No, no. I don't think so. I'm just gonna grab the center and try to open it up. Let's do this to kind of keep, just to stop this action here. I don't think this will be a problem. Trying to think of best way to do this. Yeah, let's just open it up in the middle. They closed it. Okay. Developing. I really don't think the queen's good there. But we'll find out. We will find out. I'm gonna be throwing pawns on the queen side, just in the hopes that, just in some hopes. Just want to fix some weaknesses. Really want to get in there. We got our pawn back. Wow, okay. Hmm. See what happens here. kind of preventing this pawn push. Trying to. All right, things are looking weird. Let's go here. Looks crazy. Let's go. All right, trying to like, where the heck is my queen the best at? On light squares, if I go here, are we just trading rooks? Can I make something meaningful out of this? Let's just do this. This seems right to me. Because we can trade. We can trade. And maybe I can get the light squares. All right, I get the light squares. I guess that comes. Ah, coverage. Okay. Let's just go right here. Let's bring this. I don't know, right there, maybe? They're probably gonna push. Probably gonna push. Maybe we shouldn't let that be an option. Hmm. I'm thinking about trading off the rooks, but I don't know if that would be any good. Trade off the rooks. As opposed to kind of breaking this off. I mean, I don't think it's a problem. I don't know. I could just take, or I could take the rook first. Be replaced with a rook. Let's just go here. What happens? Queen takes. Okay. Let's just take this. I'm gonna go right. Where do I want to go? I'm a little worried about that coming down. Still, if I go here, this could come down. I guess I would just bring it right there. We're going to bring this right here. No more pushing. I think we need to trade this off. Maybe? Or maybe we should just grab this. I'm not sure. Check. I think that's what they're looking for. Let's bring this right here. If I go here, it's not like it's checkmate. Hmm. Maybe I'm in trouble though. If I go here, there really is no place to go. Okay, I'm in trouble. That was a bad move. It's fair to say that it was. Hmm. Hey, this guy's playing pretty well for 1688. Pretty well. Yeah, you kind of got to take it or it's mate. Thankfully. Thankfully. Oh my god. Oh no, this guy, pretty much deserved this game. He deserved this game. I can't believe it. Sheesh. Jing Chen. Hi, how are you? What time is it where you're at? Oh, what? Okay. Hmm. With D4, huh? 6:14 p.m. Where I'm at, it's 5:14 a.m. I'm trying to make some progress in my elo. So you're just now like you're pretty much done with your day and you're just like kicking back and relaxing. So unfortunately, I'm not really playing any of the games that I studied for, which is kind of how it seems to work a lot of the times. But for the most part, let's. I don't know if this is a good move, but I kind of like it. Something about it always speaks to me. Oh, is my volume pretty bad? Is my audio off? Let's go here. All right, takes. And I'm kind of wondering if white is going to castle kingside or queenside. I do think I probably need to do a5. A5 just to kind of develop. I'm thinking knight a6 is looking okay. I don't think queen b3 is any good. Yeah, so this is starting to turn into a familiar setup, so that's nice. That's nice. We're getting somewhere. So let's see. I think this isn't really much of an issue. I bet we can probably put the rook here on f7. And that'll cover this pawn. After I go here, I don't really know if I want this bishop. It's just nice to win a tempo on white. I am thinking about kind of progressing this pawn maybe, but I think that's kind of risky. But I'm also thinking about maybe rook b8. Okay, so they kind of understand. They kind of understand that I'm kind of looking at this. Let's go ahead and support that. All right, what is the purpose of that move? I don't know. I am not sure. I don't even know if that's good. But let's go ahead and get this move-in coverage. Because we no longer have a temp. Okay, okay. I don't know if I need. I don't think I need to worry about that. I'm not going to worry about it. I will say that I'm thinking. I don't know. I don't know. If I go here, I think we're okay. I think this is fine. I think I can take that. We can trade. And then maybe even push this up. Yeah, I think this is okay. It's just kind of tricky. Hmm. Yeah, lots of thinking to do, I think. I'm not really interested in giving up a lot of pawns over here. And I'm surprised. I'm really surprised that black hasn't castled. I do think about a few. I'm thinking about something like b4, which looks crazy, but if the queen takes, then we take. Or we can do b4, rook takes the bishop. Oh, well, it doesn't quite work now. Doesn't work now. All right, we're still going to break things up. Oh, actually, I hate that move. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's just go here then. What opens up? That's pretty good. I like that. Okay, double pressure here, so what to do about that? Maybe I should move it, or maybe I should put this back. I'm gonna go with move. I think that's okay. I do wonder about this. Wondering about this. No, that doesn't work. I'm not sure. Do I move this back? I don't know if that actually is a good idea. So let's just move this over here. Yeah. And I think we should probably start moving on the king side. It's kind of awkward trying to maneuver here. Oh, headphones are out of charge. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I can try. I can try. Sorry. I think I'm naturally just kind of quiet. So does my audio sound like it's off, or do you think I'm just quiet? Or let me know if this is any better. I'm trying. So, all right. So my opponent's down about 2 minutes. I'm kind of tangled up on my side. Can't say I love that. I'm thinking about maybe. I'm not really sure what I'm thinking about. I'm not really sure what's there's just so much going on right here. G5 maybe, but I don't have my bishop on. Ooh, that's a good move. That's a good move, but it's covered, so I don't think I need to panic just yet. I don't need to panic. I think I do need to get over here. Could go here. Queen takes. Queen takes. I'm going to try this. This looks interesting to me. Rook takes, right? Ah. Ah. All right, this is... We're just going to keep going. Okay, who wins? Who wins? Who wins? +4. Okay, I guess it worked out. The math worked out. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not a very loud person naturally. If you couldn't tell. That was a weird maneuver. I wasn't really sure that it worked. I forgot that my queen was right there, so I think we're doing fine here. I think we're okay. I think I want to trade. Or I'll go here. I will gladly take another pawn. And then, what do I want to do here? I think I'll just go right there. That way we can just force trade-offs. Right. Want to force trade-offs. Let's go right there. Bishop c4. And I think we're doing okay. We have a lot of space. A lot of space on the board. No worries. No worries. Wow, okay. I'm like, this shouldn't be a problem, but I think I'm starting to get tired, which shouldn't be an excuse right now. It shouldn't be an excuse. Let's see, what can we do? That's under threat, so let's move it. I guess what we can do is just threaten. Trade things off, maybe. Actually, I'm not sure how I feel about that move. We may go... I was thinking about like moving these up. Maybe trying to open up this bishop. Ah, so they're looking at my pawn. Yep, it's a little vulnerable. I'm hoping we can win something. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm actually really happy. I'm really happy with that. Thank you. Yep. So we have a passed pawn, so I think that's pretty good. Part of me is like, do I really want to take this rook? Why not? I guess. And then moving this is going to be a pain. Trying to promote is going to be a bit of a pain. The thing about having like two knights is the checks. The checks can be sneaky. And then like there's the risk of the fork. I guess my goal right now is just to kind of cut the king away from this passed pawn. Trying to think. Okay. Let's go with let's go right here. I know. So I'm like, how am I going to mess this up? It's possible. It's totally possible. I don't want to I don't want to lose the pawn. Shoot. Oh, it's defended. It's defended by the bishop. Why am I waiting? I'm a little nervous. I got 148. I really feel time pressure at like 3 minutes. Whew. Okay. Great. All right. I'm trying not to fall apart, trying to keep a clear head, but easier said than done. All right. So okay, I'm just going to get behind the pawn. Just going to get behind the pawn. That's my goal. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, we're pushing. I thought we were pushing. I guess we're not. Just trying not to panic, but I am failing. All right, let's go here. Let's just simplify the board. Maybe we can make something happen. I don't know. Let's just not walk into it. Oh, gosh. Let's go check. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I'm falling apart. Yeah. I'm not even the worst one downtime. I just have so much nerves. So many nerves. Let's just try not to mess this up. Oh my goodness. They know. They know I'm struggling. Can I get this going? Jeez, these knights. Okay. Let's just do that. Yeah, the less stuff on the board, the better I'll feel. All right. Let's go right here and try to move up the board, I guess. Oh my god. This guy, he's just gonna keep trying to he's just gonna do the same stuff. I just need to make progress up the board. Maybe we can get a checkmate. Oh my gosh. Maybe we can do it. Whew, okay. Trying not to panic. I got so many passed pawns. This ought to be doable. This ought to be doable. Two. Two is plenty. We got this one. Though I guess I could have promoted that and then we'd have like a pin and would have been fine. Oh. All right. Well, that was rough. That was rough. Whew. All right. And now we're starting over. Yeah, it was a good game. They played well. What? Okay, the Dutch. The Dutch. I like playing the Dutch. Let me think. We go, but I haven't done it in a hot minute. I'm gonna go ahead and get this Fianchetto in, and then I'm thinking D3 and then E4. Yeah, we can have a game. That would be fun. I don't think this move works out mathematically. Right? Is that just a pawn? Takes. No, it works out. It's fine. I'm hallucinating. I think I need to be careful about this. Okay, that could have been more dangerous than what it was. I'm gonna go ahead and just put this back because I feel like if I were to move it here, I just have a feeling that wasn't a good idea to move it around. Yeah, the thing about the Dutch, my goal is always just to kind of exploit this. Sometimes I can get something interesting going on with the light squares. Just because I feel like the light squares are pretty weak with the Dutch. I'm trying not to give a caveman check, but it's very tempting. Very tempting. This is a little bit of this is definitely a challenge. I could give the check, but I'm like, what's the point? The king would probably just go to H8. So development is probably a good idea. I'm just not really used to the enemy's pawn being on D4, so it's strange. I'm going to resist the urge to move these pawns. That gets me in a ton of trouble. All right, so they take in the hole, right? I guess that makes sense. They don't want the checks. I'm gonna go with H3 for the most part. I feel like that's never a move where you're instantly like dead loss. I feel like for the most part, it may not be the best move, but it's one that's not gonna kill you. Okay, we can get rid of yeah, black is really on their guard with these light squares. That's not too bad. Not too bad. I'm trying to figure out where the heck I want to put this knight at, and maybe I might just have to wait. I'm thinking if I put it A3, maybe they'll take and double the pawns. Also, I'm a pretty big fan of F4, and I am out of the way, so maybe it's worth a go. Our light squared bishop is trapped. Yeah, that's true. But maybe they will have an opportunity to come out. That's my hope, usually. That's weird. That's a weird move. Well, I think I'm just going to push forward. It's too tempting not to. They'll probably do F7. That seems reasonable to me. I don't know about c4. That doesn't seem too worrisome right now. I think I kind of like f5 because I feel like I'm kind of sealed away from enemy attacks. That makes any sense? Maybe it's a false sense of... It could be. All right. Now we're moving on. I'm just... Okay, I'm just gonna go with... And then I think this is a really critical part. Again, I still don't see a good spot for my dark squared bishop. Maybe b3 is finally good. Maybe. Okay, no, that's not true. That wasn't true. It's a pipe dream. So I'm gonna try not to freak out. Okay. I'm gonna try to keep calm. Everything's okay. We're probably gonna go with like see something. Whoa. Yep, don't like that knight. It has to go. It's gotta go. But hey, I guess we win a bishop, do we? Did I just accidentally do a tactic? All right, and now I gotta pretend that this was all on purpose. Ah, all right. All right, good find. That was a great find, actually. That was a good find. Can't complain. Whoa! Okay, I think I'm still up a piece. I think this is still fine. I think this is a horrible bishop. All right, I'm liking my position. This is okay. It is a little... I mean, I think once the knight goes to d5, I think this passed pawn is taken care of. I think it's toast. Yes, I think that was like an emotional... I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that was. I'm not sure if that was like an emotional move. Because sometimes I get that way too. Like you step into a trap and then you step into everything else. All right. I don't... What is going on here? Let's just keep it simple. I'm kind of scared. Maybe I shouldn't be, but I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't really want to think about it. So I know I'm kind of like in some kind of trouble. But I think we're okay. I think this pawn is dead on arrival. I think this bishop is suffering. What's the what? Maybe I'm definitely... I don't know. Let's see, I got like 5 minutes, so I got time to think about it. I guess I do. All right, so I'm gonna take this pawn, and normally I would think that's pretty greedy, but I think this is okay because if the queen were to move here, whoa, that's a trap. That's a trap. If I take this, okay, check. I come back. I don't think that works. I don't think it works. So I'm going to take it. I call the bluff. Okay. Because this is just checkmate. Yeah. They put up a good fight, though, that's for sure. Definitely, like, the bishop getting over here was horrible. Okay, so I see. Alrighty. So, okay, all right. So what to do? Okay, so I think my goal is to put my rook here. I imagine they'll probably try something where they won't get checkmated immediately. That seems like a good idea. Like, I think you would want to kind of free up your queen, but I'm not gonna lie. At +8, I don't know if I'd want to keep playing this game. But they're very tenacious, which is a good thing, I think. Oh, you know what I could have done also as well? I could have just, taken that pawn. Maybe we could have threatened a fork. Could have threatened a fork. Okay, so they're covering that. That's fine. That's fine. Now what? I'm just gonna go with the original idea. I think they got this covered. I think we can go here. I think we can take. I just I've got to hold it together. All right, so the escape square. The escape square. That was a good game. I did struggle to find the checkmate. Don't take the e5 pawn? I was wondering about that. It was kind of tempting, but I felt like I couldn't do it after the rook was there because I was like, I just kind of want to see what the accuracy of that was. I feel like I felt like more like a 70, honestly. But yeah, the Dutch is always fun. But if you wanna send a game challenge, I am down to play. Yes, I am down. Do you wanna? I can try to find you if you wanna put your username in the chat. Hey, 1773. You know, I think that's progress tonight. It took a lot of games to get there, so I'm pretty satisfied. Take another look at that. All right, I'm looking you up now. Let's see. I've done this enough now. I think we go to friends. Underscore Chen. 2003. Were you born in 2003? I believe this is correct. Yep. All right. I'm not really sure what your ELO would be. I'm really curious. Hmm. I feel like you're probably around like 1800. That's my guess. Hmm. Whoa, 2003. Look at you. That's crazy because your username says Jingshen 2003 and you're also 2003. All right, all right. This will be the biggest challenge of the day. Of the night, I guess. I don't know. All right. All right. It was a little intimidating, but maybe anything can happen. I do think I struggle more to play the English, but I wish I could see like my percentage rate of like whether I win more as black or white, or maybe I just find black more dynamic and crazy. But this is gonna be a good game. Hmm. Ooh, and if I lose, I'll only lose 3 rating points. So that's not too bad for me. Okay. A5, what is going on there? What is going on? I think I'm just going to shut it down. I don't want any A4 business. I don't want to deal with it. I don't think that would be a good move. I don't think that's really what you're going for, but I don't know what's going on over here, so I'm just going to shut it down. I think I got time to castle. I think I got time to castle. You do have a nice outpost. Hmm. All right, D3. This makes me feel a little safe. All right. Here we go. H3. Trying to think. Trying to think. Anything can happen. Oh, I know what you're doing. I don't know that I like it. This move I always like to think of as the horse's kick. The horse just like backs up just so it can deliver the pawn push. I don't know if I like that. You know what? I don't want to think about it. So how about E3 and then let's see it. I feel like that's the only reason why the knight goes back to H7. I think that's the only reason why. I think I'm ready for it, but I can't remember how this would go. I think that's the story of chess all the time. I'm ready for it. I think. Okay. Well, that's not what I was thinking about. I guess I have no choice but to go to the corner. Hmm. I got no choice. But I do have certain temptations that are coming up, not gonna lie. I don't think that knight can stay there. Jeez, okay. I'm like, uh, is that a good place for my knight? Is that a good place for your knight? Are you messing with me? Hmm. Let's do D5. Let's see what happens. I have a feeling you're looking at D4. That's my guess. Hmm. All right, all right. Oh, man. I don't know if I can. I'm gonna have to do F4. I don't think I can resist it too much longer. There goes the kick. Hmm. I can't remember what I'm supposed to do. Maybe we just move this up to... Looks good to me. I thought about retreating the knight, but I felt like it was anticlimatical, if I'm saying that right. Interesting. I'm like, do I take with... Which one do I take with? And where are you going after this? I can't... Let's see. Do I do the C pawn or the E pawn? Well... I don't like the tricks. I don't like the idea of opening up the bishops. I'm gonna have to go with the C pawn for now. Yes, this is Jing's broadcast. I'm just a guest here. Do I want that? Do I even want that? Oh, okay. I'm struggling. I'm struggling. Do you... I feel like maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to take it. I'm gonna take it. I'm going here. That is what I'm going to do. Your bishop is not that great. I don't really know how to exploit this situation. I don't know if this is looking good or what. Okay. It's pressure time. Time for pressure. Time to think. You know what? I'm gonna move my rook. I don't think I've done that the entire game. Yeah, this is gonna be tough. No, you can't have my pawn. You can't have my pawn. I'm thinking, how am I gonna make this work? Once my pawn. Once my pawn. Now this could be a bad idea, but let's give it a go. I'm not sure that I should do that. But I don't think hanging that is really an option either, so... So what can I say? And now this will get hard. Hmm. Okay. I don't know if I have answers for this. Jeez. Pressure. Any minute now, a beautiful trick is going to come to mind. I don't like being on the defense like this. All right, I guess, do I have to take it? I feel like I do. It's just much, it seems like much more pressure just to ignore it. I'm thinking. Is that really an important piece? Let's just go here. No doubt. Tough game. Hmm. No way. I was supposed to do that. I was going to do that first. All right. I guess. Yeah, I was thinking about doing like B4. I was thinking about B4. Okay. Pawn for a pawn. Okay. Well, that was a good move. That's a good move. That's a good move. About to be in trouble here. I'm gonna try to be cautious. More pressure on the pawn. Look at you. Hmm. Good move. Good move. Well, I could just push it up. Why not? It could be a goner. I don't know if it's worth hanging on to. It could be a goner. Hmm. Oh, geez. Here's the time pressure. Okay, okay. Hmm? What am I going to do here? Let's see. Okay, fine. I'm just moving here. I don't like the move, but it's all I got right now. Trying to think, what is the purpose of that move? What is it? And I wish I could do more with this bishop. Wish I could. Wish upon a star. Holy cow, this position. I'm gonna run out of time. Okay. Fine. Let's just see what happens here. Oh, what? Oh no, more pressure, more pressure. Okay, okay. But can we trade? Can we trade? A draw? You know what? I will take a draw. I will be happy with a draw. I do have to. I do kind of want to review that and see. It was a very close. It wasn't a very close game, but it looks like you were definitely in charge of that. I kind of set to see how that was going. Look at these beautiful book moves. I did lose my advantage there. I guess I could have ignored it. Okay. Pretty equal, pretty equal. F4 first, huh? Rerouting the knight. There's a lot of moving the knight, but I guess I could have gone for F4 earlier. But I was afraid. That was fun. That was fun right there. I almost backed down. Okay, so it was the E. I thought you had to take with the pawn, like take the pawn towards the king. I'm not really sure what the exceptions are for that rule. Did I? Thank you. Let's find that blunder. Interesting. I could have just ignored it. But what does this do? Let's just say you take. Okay, so I get on the 7th rank. It doesn't feel like a good position. I don't feel like I have an advantage when I look at this. Right. Hey, Wild Chessman 112. Will you give me just a little bit to look at this game? This was. Okay, yeah, that was a bad move, sure. I'll give it that. Let's see where the big blunder was at. And I was wondering if I was supposed to take that. That was okay too. Interesting. Oh, that was the blunder? That's crazy. So let's say, what was the problem there? Yeah, I lose a pawn. Or is there something more? I'm not sure. These are the best moves. I'm not gonna lie, that was a very tough game. pawn, yes. It's amazing. This blows my mind, really. Blows my mind. Yeah, that was like above my head. Well, you know, I will take that compliment. The strongest 1700. Hey, I'm hoping not to be in 1700 for too much longer. Yeah, that was tough. All right. I think at one point I got like a request to play. I'm down. Or Jing, if you want to play as white, we can try that. Whichever. Yeah, I kind of feel bad, but if you want to play another game, I'm sure you can get back into the 2000s. I don't know, maybe in like a few years. Whoops, sorry. I was babbling and I missed the challenge, so I apologize. Yeah, that was your game though. Know that. Yeah, I think the highest I got was to 1900, and I'm not really I'm not really sure what exactly is even the difference between 17, 18, and 19. I couldn't even tell you. Hmm. Thank you. It was mutual. I think I think it was a very positional game, which I think are really the hardest ones. I, wa- I wasn't sure that there was like any tactics that I missed. It was just very, I don't know, very delicate. All right, all right. So far, things are looking pretty good here. I'm gonna move three. I like d6 and then trying to take up some space on the queen side whenever I see c3. So that's my plan. It's still my plan. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, there's only so many good moves you can make, I think, before the house of cards falls down. Like I for the most part, the game looked kind of equal. But yeah, the rook defending that pawn was kind of hard. That isolated pawn. Part of me was like, I don't feel like I can play the. What is this? No 200 plays like this. What is this? Wow, Chessman 112. I don't believe you. I don't believe you're 210 at all. This is aggressive. This is what it is. All right, here we go. C5. Let's see. Now, normally the bishop is on e3. I think. Do I take. Hmm. It's very tempting to take with the pawn. It's very tempting. Could I get away with it? That's the question. Let's just play safely. Let's just play safely. I don't think that's a crazy blunder. Hmm. I'm gonna take that. That seems right to me. What am I gonna do? Am I gonna take this? Is that a bad idea? Seems kind of like a bad idea, but I don't know. I kind of have to delay. I don't know. All right. All right. What am I gonna do? My first thought, if I take this, will you take? Take. Takes. Takes. And what about this guy over here? I can't for the life of me remember this variation, damn it. Let's just go here. This might be horrible. Maybe a horrible move. But maybe not. Chess man. Mr. 210, I don't believe it. Playing very well. Alright, now you're trolling me. Now you're trolling me. I'm gonna take this opportunity. Yeah, playing very strongly. Though moving the knight probably wasn't great. Which I'm sure you get. I'm sure you get that. Alright. There can be no mercy. Maybe. Deal of a lifetime. You can have my bishop and my rook. And oh boy. Alright, let's just get this out of the way. Let's get... I like having my... I do like having my bishop. I don't think... I think we can trade off. I think we can trade off. Right. What now? What now? Let's just get pieces out. I'm gonna take this. I was kind of hoping the knight would take. But the knight's doing alright. I think white gets the... I think white does get to escape. Okay. Listen, chessman, you were playing so good. You were playing so good. Hmm. Just gonna simplify. Trade everything off. I feel like a bully. A bully. Are we gonna go? Yeah, I guess we gotta take. We have no choice. We have to take. Hmm. Where is the mate? And then I gotta go back and look at this game because I want to say you're playing some really great moves. Like you'd looked up or read about this variation or something. You had some moves where I was like, yeah, this person knows what they're doing. All right. Struggling to get this silly checkmate. I think we can go here, and then I think that's a ladder. I think that's a ladder. All right. Good game. Now let's take a look. 3 misses. 1400. I do always have a lot of like, what was that? I don't know what this variation is called. They wanted the pen. Take the knight. Now that seems a little crazy, but I guess I could see why. I just like my dark squared bishop usually. Okay, so I was actually, that was such a blunder. That was such a blunder right there. Hmm. Another blunder? Jeez. Hmm. Yeah, that was a hard variation, I think, to play. But Chessman, I think you did great. Oh, okay, Mr. Fine Feet. Yeah, that was a good game. Did you read up on that? On that variation? Oh, no worries. I think I'm kind of like the opposite, where I mostly play online, but my over the board is pretty low. I think I'm like at 1100. But yeah, I was like, you're definitely stronger than a 200. But that was fun. So thanks for playing. All right, guys. So it's 6:30 in the morning where I'm at. So I'm thinking I'm probably gonna turn in. So thanks for talking. Thanks for playing. I had fun. Night. Good morning or good night to you.